I am an actuary.
I am an actuary.
I am an actuary.
Welcome to the We Are Actuaries podcast, where you'll meet leaders who use their actuarial powers to solve a range of problems and make a real difference. I am your host, Julia Lessing, and I'm a qualified actuary based in Australia. I help actuaries develop communication and leadership skills to build great actuarial careers. So settle in, learn from the best, and be inspired.
Hi, I'm Martin Mulcare, and I'm playing guest interviewer for a brief series of We Are Actuaries that relates to the topic of lifelong learning. I'm keen to explore, in conversation with several actuaries, how they apply the skills and talents that they have developed in non-business areas into the workplace that an actuary enjoys. This should be fun. Hi, I'm Martin Mulcare, and today I have the pleasure of chatting with Dorothy Cheng. Hi, Dorothy.
Hi, Martin. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, we're really keen to hear about your non-business activity, Dorothy, but let's start with your day job. What do you do?
So I am a life actuary. I work in the life insurance industry for about 10 years. I do like what I do. I think actuarial work gives a bit good balance between the technical work as well as the commercial side of the work. So I do enjoy and love what I do.
Excellent. So, consulting, plenty of different clients to deal with.
That's right. Yeah. Never 2 days are the same.
And so your non-actuarial role, again, lots of people to deal with. Tell us about the Mother Support Group.
Sure. So it all started in my pregnancy. Originally, I just wanted to be online and searching for a group of moms to be with similar due dates, similar cultural backgrounds, so I can talk to and get my support through my own journey. I didn't find one. So I thought I connected with three other moms. We just started one. We just created one for ourselves. And I think we become quite bonded, the three of us. And soon enough, like other people wants to join and other groups wants to join. And before I know it, it hits the maximum size of 500 people. So
Wow.
it's been quite a rapid growth.
Wow, 500 people. You must be very proud of that.
Yes, I am proud, and also I'm grateful that so many people are getting together and going through a special life stage together.
Sure. So what do you do? What does a Mother Support Group do?
Yes, so let me lay it out for you. So we do have daily chats. As we're trying to navigate through, the all these necessary or not necessary baby foods and products. We talk about, how you deliver the baby, etc., etc. And so we do still have daily chats, but we also organize some weekly exchange of secondhand goods. So just it's better for the environment, and also there, something that is maybe useful for other moms if I don't need something. And also we do organize a few play dates. We also have work groups where we have health professional like GPs and nurses talking about first aids for babies on a different emergency situation. And it's all conducted in also the mother tongue language. So we invited the grandparents, etc., to come in as well. So, and also some music groups. So we have all sort of fun activities together.
Wow. So it's a real mix of activities, some which are really about practical things, some about support, and some of them just social. So yeah, great mix. So why is this important? I mean, if you've got 500 members, it must be appealing for many reasons. Why do you think it matters?
I think one definitely there is a big demand in the community, especially for the the first time moms.
Sure.
I think everyone at the start we're all a bit anxious and we're not sure where we're going to go through. It is a big deal, and I think that people don't want to do it alone. So I guess there is a line purpose, and also it's in terms of the support that we need. There is going to be a lot of changes in our body, in our daily routines, so and hormones as well. So I think moms understand moms, and it's naturally more easy to talk about issues as well.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. So the part that many of the viewers and listeners are interested in is you've clearly learnt lots of things through your work founding and facilitating the Mother Support Group. What are some of the lessons that you learnt there that you can apply in your business world?
Yeah, that is a really interesting question. So I think the first and foremost, probably being more empathetic. Also understand the people's commitments after having kids, and still be a full-time worker. So I think that empathy, in my experience, it really kind of helped to build trust with people, whether that's in the mother's group or in a work environment. And I think trust is kind of the key to a lot of open conversations, and you know, it helps to kind of deal with difficult situations at work. And moms are also kind of more. I think they sometimes I get better at reading some of the emotional cues, especially anxiety. Like when moms are anxious about the baby's weight is not at the 50th percentile, etc., etc. So there's always that next layer of information. When I was dealing with moms, I think that I do deal with a lot of people that were probably anxious about their baby's weight, or why there are some conditions that have been happening to the baby and compared to other moms. So I think there's a lot of you read behind what's being said and what's the emotions and values that drives those conversations.
Sure.
And I think that's a valuable lesson also for at work, because you may get people kind of pushing back at work. And just trying to understand those probably will be helpful to resolving it more efficiently than just take the words more literally.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Dorothy, I kind of get that empathy is certainly very important in your mother's group. I understand that how that may well be utilized, applied in a business setting. Perhaps a sensitive question. Do you find that empathy more important when you're dealing with your work colleagues or with your clients?
I think it is probably, I would say clients, because normally the work colleagues, you already have a form of trust, and you kind of know, and you have a way of interacting with each other as well already. But with client, when you first met someone, you sort of like having that starting the journey to get to know them. And you just basically don't have any information about that person, right? And so being empathetic, knowing what's what this person cares about, or what been going on in other side of their lives, really helps to, form your own way to how to deal with it.
Sure. Okay, thank you. So, first lesson, empathy. What's your second?
Yes. So, okay. Well, it's a 500 people moms group, so I can't do everything myself. So I think one important lessons I learned is enabling others, because there are very talented moms in my group. They are like professional event planners. Some people really good at music. and cookings, or like, everybody is kind of, I think all moms are Superman in that sense, right? Like they all are good at something. So when we're having this, so when we organize events, especially, like I do tell and be very transparent to the other moms that I probably have the only time that I can meet is X, Y, and Z. So I really do rely on other people stepping up. And we do have a lot of successful events being organized. And I think that is actually because that we have, like, I try to enable others to do the work and being honest with my own commitment.
Okay. So again, enabling others, or I guess in the workplace, we probably use a term like empowerment, I think, which is one of your words. So no doubt that's useful, especially for the people working with you. Is there any particular aspect of empowerment that you've improved from what you learned with the enabling the mums?
Good question. I definitely have learned a lot. After I come back to work, I kind of ask myself, like, is this piece of work must be done by me? Is there anyone else that's better suited for this work? If it has to be done by me, then the second question I ask myself is like, should I invest the time to enable others?
Yeah.
So then next time when we do the same work, I will be like, it will be someone else that's doing it, and I will free my time to do something else. So I think in a way, like time is money, and we do invest money to generate money, but we rarely invest time to generate time.
Sure.
But I think definitely more mindful of those kind of delegations and trying to empower other people.
Sure. No, excellent leadership skills. So empathy, empowerment. Have you got a third?
I think it's a very important one. The third one is to actually introduce some rules and boundaries. So when I started the mothers group, I had a very clear purpose. That is to be beneficial for the moms in the group. So that is kind of my guiding principles when I think about a lot of the decisions that needs to be made. For example, there were people trying to sell rules to moms, and moms are very vulnerable group of people. So I did decline some misaligned partnerships because I didn't feel like it was truly beneficial for the moms. So I think that having that boundary and governance overall is really helpful. And also I set up some rules like, no, let's not, let's put all our secondhand exchange advertisement to Friday only. So at least the rest of the 4 days that we can have a normal conversation without distraction. And also we kind of, trust, we need to have like respectful behavior, et cetera. So I think those rules kind of forms a culture which is safe for moms to participate.
Okay, so boundaries, rules. Again, I can hear how that might work in a business setting. But I think one of the things interesting, rules might make sense to you, but not necessarily to other people. Is there anything you've learnt about how to position or sell or influence people about the importance of the boundaries or rules that you want to introduce?
Yes, I think the first thing is let people know what's your preference. I think that's probably the first steps. I think that to be able to have that open relationship, that needs to be a safe environment. And I think every individual, it's not only the leaders that sets those culture tones. And I think everyone can play an important role. For example, the way that I kind of promote or demote a certain behavior at work is probably if I'm working with someone that needs to leave early at 3 p.m., then I probably will structure my work so that it's kind of promotes that. And yeah, so I think that it just letting people know the rules and also like be respectful for other people's rules. I think that's probably the two things I'll do at work.
Nice. Okay, so things you're applying in the business setting: empathy, empowerment, setting boundaries, and rules. So from this wonderful experience with the mothers group, some other observations or insights, Dorothy?
Yeah, so I think I started to realize community is a really strong, it's a form of strength. I think having a group giving me confidence to move like from being a mom and then back to work. And it really reminded me of like the values and the respectfulness and shared purpose can hold the group together. So I think, yeah, that or organization together or a project team together. So I think that's another observations I had.
Yeah. Yeah,
In this
it's interesting that you've touched on the term values a couple of times today. So, you're setting up a mother's group, you've kind of got an ability to, I won't say impose, but influence the values of the group. How does it go in a workplace where you may not actually kind of control the values yourself?
Hmm, that's a very good question. Um, so I think that I believe that people needs to be true to themselves um, and whether explicitly you know and understand your own values or not, I feel like you have the gut feel of whether this workplace fits or don't fit.
Yeah.
So I think you just don't lie to yourself and be honest.
Okay.
And then that I think that's the only way that you will feel comfortable in your workplace and other people will have you comfortably working in the same team as well.
Nice. Okay, that seems like very valuable advice. So have you got a final piece of advice or some tips, some wise words for the viewers and listeners, Dorothy?
Okay, so before I kind of come to talk this podcast, I really didn't see myself as a leader of the mothers group. It was more of a facilitator that I feel that I'm doing that job.
Yeah.
So I would say anyone can do this. You don't really need any special skills to lead. And if you have a passion or need, and don't do it alone.
Yeah.
Having someone is more fun to and it starts small. Set up a group, a meeting, in a chat. I think facilitation itself is a form of leadership, and often it can get back more than what you put in.
Okay. Again, wonderful insight. I suspect you're being very modest here about anybody can do it, but nevertheless, let's take your words of wisdom. Dorothy, thank you very much for your time today. Very insightful, and I thought a really rich conversation. Thanks again.
Thanks, Martin.
So there you have it, real life stories and practical tips from a leader using their actuarial superpowers to make a difference in the world. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to get in touch, subscribe, leave us a review, and share it with your network. You'll find details from today's interview in the show notes below and on our website www.guardianactuarial.com.au. Until next time.